The Switch 2 had its pre-orders go live earlier today here in the US. And man, do I have a story to tell. So at midnight here on the East Coast, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, those three were gonna have their pre-orders ready to go on their websites. GameStop was gonna have theirs at 11 a.m., both online and in their stores. So what I did was I made sure I had a Target account ready to go so I could get mine through Target. Because I'm just thinking, yeah, this is gonna be easy. I've got this. Famous last words. So we get to midnight, right? And I'm already refreshing my pages. I'm refreshing Target. I'm like, all right, let me try and get this done. So I made a whole bunch of different attempts, and a lot of them came back as canceled. And if you're one of those people who had that happen to you, it's disappointing. So I had that happen to me twice last night, and yeah, it was super annoying. Then also, I'm thinking to myself, I can't just rely on Target. I have to try out Best Buy and Walmart as well. So I had both of those open as well on my computer. And I'm like, all right, let me do this one. Let me do that one. So I joined the queues for the Walmart one. I joined the queue for the Best Buy one. And what happened was, with Best Buy, they just had me in the queue for like a super long time. It was atrociously long. Then for Walmart, I was in the queue for a little while, but I was also watching a stream specifically from Obi-Wan Plays. Check him out. He's really cool. He was actually camping out at his GameStop, and that was the stream I was watching. He actually got his Switch 2, which is really good. Congrats to him. And I see someone in the chat type, don't wait in the queue for Walmart. You can just go straight to the Switch 2. And I'm like, all right, let me try that out. So I tried it. It worked. I got it into my cart. I'm like, yes, let's go. Logged in my information. Got all that done. I hit that proceed to checkout button, and man, I was irritated because I didn't get it. Then so I'm thinking, all right, let me go over to Best Buy now. So I looked at the queue and then remembered that it's had me in the queue for the past 40 minutes. So let's not go with Best Buy. So I went back to Target's website, tried out what they had there. I'm like, all right, let me bring this back to my cart. Let me refresh this, refresh that. Had all my stuff ready to go. Like all the payment information, address, all that stuff was ready to go. Proceed to checkout. Error. Proceed to checkout. Error. Did this like 20 trillion times. I'm annoyed. I'm super annoyed at this point. So I'm like, all right, let me try something else. And I went back to Walmart, did the same thing, and then boom, out of stock. Nothing. At this point, I'm like, okay, that's one down, two to go, right? So I go back to Best Buy, and then I see, oh, it actually got me out of the queue. So this is perfect. So it gets me out of the queue, and it puts me on this page where it has nothing related to the Switch 2. Nothing at all. Like, it was an empty cart. Didn't even give me an option to pick a Switch 2 out of anything there, because it was pretty much just a blank page. So I'm like, okay, that's great. So I just refresh the page, go back into the pre-order queue, and I'm like, all right, I'm just leave that as is. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm thinking, no, Target's gotta be the one. Target has to be the one. So I go back to Target. I try again, and I try again, and I try again, and I try again, until they say it's out of stock. At this point, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go to GameStop tomorrow and get my pre-order from there. Might as well. And then out of nowhere, something said to me, let me look at Best Buy. So I looked at Best Buy, still in the queue. So I stopped looking at Best Buy. Then another thought came through my mind, and that was, I'm gonna try Target one more time. So I go back, put my Switch 2 in the cart, the bundle, mind you, and then I go to checkout. I hit place order, and nothing. Shows an error. I'm like, all right, I'll do this again. Place order, error. Place order, error again. And this happened like a few more times, until finally it actually goes through. And so I'm thinking, all right, this is probably going to be a good thing, potentially, but I still have my expectations tempered. This might be a situation like the other two times earlier in the night where they confirmed my order and then immediately declined it. At this point, I am cautiously optimistic. So give or take 15 minutes or so, I get an email, confirmation, thanks for buying. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, this might have actually gone through, so let me check my bank account. So I checked the bank account, and also something I didn't mention earlier was that my first attempt at trying to get it from Target, which actually went through, my bank account was like, oh, is this fraud? I could have locked it in earlier in the night, and I could have just gone to bed. Mind you, at this point, by the time I'm doing Target again, it's like 2 a.m. So I've been up for 2 hours just trying to make this thing work. So I see the confirmation. I'm like, okay, cool. Bank account's not reflecting it though. What do I do? Well, I still have the mindset of maybe I should have a contingency plan and go to GameStop when I wake up to get this Switch 2. So I wake up, and of course I still have hope in this whole Target thing because I noticed that no cancellation had come through, and I'm thinking this has been a few hours now. They could have easily put a cancellation in. So I'm a bit more optimistic now. But I still wanted to make sure I could get this thing from Target and confirm that it actually is what they say it is. So I give Target a call and try and find out, did this payment actually go through? Did this order actually happen? And then they told me it went through. So I was able to get my Switch 2, and I am incredibly happy about that. But the day has just begun. I still have other things to do because I still want to get some accessories for my Switch 2. So what I did next was I went to GameStop, got in line. It was a pretty lengthy line. I got there around like 10:20 or so. So I waited in line for like 2.5 hours almost. Went in, got my pre-order for the Pro Controller, Cyberpunk, and the carrying case, and I was good to go. I knew at that point, it's over. All I have to do is wait for June 5th. But here's the thing, right? This entire ordeal, and yes, I am using the word ordeal, was tiresome. It was annoying because there were a number of different things that happened during this entire span of trying to get the Switch 2 pre-ordered that honestly should have been worked out better. One, Best Buy didn't even start theirs at 12 a.m. They started around like 12:30 or so. False advertisement. Work on that. Walmart honestly did pretty decent. They had like an entire system where they tried to keep bots out, and the queue system was pretty good. Target, on the other hand, was just like, this is a free-for-all. Have at it. If you get it, you get it. Which honestly kind of sucks. Like, not much of a fail-safe in place to keep bots out or anything else. So I'm still hoping that a lot of people were able to get their Switch 2s. And look, if you were able to get your Switch 2, congratulations. If you weren't able to get it, that's okay. I'm sure there's going to be some more times in the future where you'll be able to. My personal opinion, now don't take this as the truth, but they're most likely going to restock before launch, or at least get some more allocations. That way they can do maybe another wave of pre-orders, because the US is Nintendo's biggest market. They know that the US is going to buy a whole bunch of Nintendo products. They want to make sure that they have enough product to sell. So I feel there's a really good chance we're going to see more allotments of Switch 2s so people can get them on launch day. Overall though, I have to say it was an exciting day. Just getting the chance to do something like this, because it's been a while since I've made an attempt at getting a console day one. The last time I did it was actually for the first Switch. And that one was a lot easier to do because we were coming off of the Wii U. People were thinking like, this one's not gonna do well. Doom and gloom, all that nonsense. But I got mine from Walmart. It was super simple and it was a good time. This time though, things are different. So if there does come a time where we get more pre-orders, be on top of that. That is just my recommendation. Also though, what I do want to mention is you have to let me know in the comments what your Switch 2 pre-order experience was like. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it really weird? I'm curious. I'm DJ Raviesta. That's gonna be it for me. The Rhinos are watching. Good night.